Good morning. Hello. Welcome to Qigong with Stella. It's our third Qigong session on the virtual village hall today, and it's lovely to be with you again. Or if you're joining for the first time, then it doesn't matter at all. If you're completely new to Qigong, also known as Tai Chi for Health, please don't worry. It's very accessible, it's very easy, and it's very gentle. So we will go through it very slowly and we'll warm up with some stretches like last time. And the qigong that I share and I've been sharing is Shibashi form. And that's 18 movements that have been designed, have come together based on different schools, different areas of Tai Chi and Tai Chi for Health to benefit, all the organs, the meridians, the flowing, the energy flow around the body as much as possible, with having at least sort of creating at least resistance or friction in the body. So the goal of qigong is all about energy flow. So qi is energy. In Chinese medicine, we know about acupuncture. So we are focusing on different points around the body that just keep everything in check. And the idea is if something's blocked, so if there's tension or emotions or something that's just off or blocked in the body, then it prevents the flow of life, basically. Qi is life, our life force. So the more that we can get our life force and our qi in balance and flow, the more we'll have energy, the better our moods, our mental health will be, the less health issues we will have. So it is very far reaching. And it's a lovely practice. So excited to share some more with you. We will do some stretches because, as mentioned before, it's really important to try and get tension out of the body. So we'll start that together. But I would like to just say or remind you, if you're joining us again, to have some water nearby and to not push yourself. So part of the practice is connecting with our body, and we all, once we sink in and settle into our body, we know what feels right for us. But it takes a moment to settle in. So if we are pushing and not in our body, then we won't notice those niggles or those symptoms, those messages to slow down or to miss out a move. So I'll support you to enter your body a bit more in the present moment. And yeah, if you feel that a move for you isn't quite right, then just don't do it, sit it out, or just listen to yourself. Don't push it. As I said last time, I think that in qigong, tai chi for health, if we could do 100%, we can dial it back to about 70%. So it's not about push, push, push. And it can be done seated as well. So the moves can just be adjusted slightly, but we're just going to start with some gentle stretches. And this is just flexing the wrists, and as well as obviously a little stretch, warming the wrists up, it's also working the mind. Some of these moves are certainly a bit of brain training, and the other way, because throughout our life we learn to move a certain way, to move our body a certain way, and often it's not very conscious. So actually what really helps us is just opening up to learning, becoming aware of how we move, and we can do it in a different way that's healthier. For example, supports our posture better. And we're just going to do a nice little figure and stretch. Feel that stretch at the bottom there. And I'll say this many times, just notice any tension in your shoulders, in your arms, and just invite your shoulders to relax. Just 1 or 2% makes a huge difference. And I have to remind myself of this all the time, that our body will go back to old patterns and it will go up like this, and just breathing, noticing, relaxing, softening can really make a huge difference. Good. Okay. Very gently putting your fingers together, and we're going to place them just on the shoulder, just around the collarbone. And we're just going to, this is about tiring out the shoulders. It's one of the most important stretches I share. So we can breathe in and breathe out as you come back down. And as we're doing these stretches, most of them, if not all of them, will be slightly bent in the knees. It's rare that we really lock our legs out. And certainly not when we're doing the main qigong Shibashi form, which I'll make clear when we begin that. We will have a nice, relaxed posture, which I'll support you just to connect with that. And just nice breaths, nice natural breaths. So we're breathing in through the nose, nice belly breaths, and as we breathe out through the mouth, we just let everything go, and the other way. So this practice, qigong, is a really beautiful way just to acknowledge everything that's going on in the world and your life. Undoubtedly, it can feel very hectic out there. Sometimes it feels like life is coming at us, and that could be really overwhelming, anxiety provoking. We can feel like it's out of our control, so we're just going to paddle back. And through this practice, we can just settle into the moment, into our body. And if we have the tools to support ourselves to relax more, to feel more grounded, we can have that no matter what's going on out there. It's like a tree, it's got its roots in the ground, and the storms come and they can be really chaotic, and branches might break. Certainly they're going to sway and the other way. But the roots and the trunk are strong. So that's what qigong can give us. The more we practice it, the more we can connect with that inner strength and calmness. That's why I like to call it a tool in a busy modern world. And that's what I'd like you to find a little bit of today. But whatever you get from the practice is just perfect for you today. Putting a little bit of tiredness in the shoulders, hopefully. Good. Now we're going to do one of my favourite stretches. I introduced it last time. So for this, it's all in the waist. So the key, you want your arms. The key is that you want your arms nice and relaxed. So you're not doing this. You want as little tension in the arms as possible. And the movement is just coming from your waist. Your knees are very slightly bent. And the quicker you twist the waist, the quicker the arms will wrap around you. There's a lot going on in this stretch. Not only is it stretching, but it's tapping and waking up different meridian points, organs in the body. And it's helping you train the brain, what it is to let go of any tension in the arms. Then you can slow down. And you can go quicker. This is a bit tricky, this one, if you're sitting down. Obviously, you don't want any arms that are going to get in the way. Then arms on the chair, not your arms. You can give yourself a bit of a stretch, but you don't want to flip your arms too much, because obviously you don't want to hit the chair. So just be very gentle. Instead, you might just be doing a stretch that's just letting you give a little twist. Okay. You can, if it's comfortable to do so, you can go a bit higher. Remembering, letting go of the tension in the arms. So the arms are just following your waist. Just notice how that feels to be this loose, and the movement. Just close your eyes for a moment and notice how you feel. Perhaps there's some energy moving. I get a sense of that energy that's just changed. It's a bit of a buzzy energy around my arms and my hands. but you might feel something very different. And it's just noticing that. Okay, good. So we still want to continue to tire out those shoulders. So for this one, we're going to pop one hand on our shoulder, which is simply just to remind that shoulder to stay down and not go up. And we're going to take a breath in, bring the hand up, turn the palm back over. So it's actually a very simple move, very simple stretch. Working lots of tendons whilst we do these stretches, building nice strength. And it's just that follow through of the hand. And we can go the other way. Okay, swapping sides. Going the other way. See, I'm giving my knees a bit of a dip as I swing back down. Nice. Okay, we're just going to shake out our hands to get rid of some of that tension. And the aching, just let that leave the body a bit. Shoulders a bit of a shake. Good. Okay, I'm just going to roll the neck very gently. And if you have any niggles, any issue areas in the neck, the shoulders, the back, just be really very gentle and don't push yourself. Winding the neck the other way. Look up. All the way around. Okay, and look to the right. And to the left. And up. Put that nice stretch in your neck and down. Might hang here for a moment. Just notice that stretch, how it feels. Does it go down your neck into your spine? What does that feel like? Good. Okay, now we're going to pop our hands on the base of our back and we're just going to do little, very little to begin with, circles. Then we'll get bigger. Have that nice stretch for your hips. Sometimes there's a bit of stiffness in the hips. Again, if you've got any hip issues, you might want to miss this one or just keep the circles really small. Just notice what you feel your body's calling for. Okay, and then you can do some small circles going the other way. Winding out. A nice opening in the hips. Good. For this one, if you've got any back issues, be very careful, you might want to miss it out. But it's about supporting the back whilst we do this. So we're just stretching our legs a bit. So hands on lower back and very gently, with your back nice and straight, we're just going to do a few dips. Feel that stretch up your legs. If you have any discomfort, then I would suggest just don't do it. But just very little dips. Okay, and then taking your hands to your knees. Now we're protecting our knees, always supporting the body. We're not pushing, we're supporting. Good. If you're comfortable to do so, we're just going to do some little circles with the knees. You can have your feet at whatever distance apart feels good for you. But if you are a bit more confident and feeling quite strong today, you want to get them further apart so you feel a bit of a stretch in the legs and in the groin. But just some little circles with your knees. This can be tricky to get at first, so don't worry if it feels very strange. And the other way. Good. Okay. And just some little circles with your knees, like this. Again, if knees are an issue, go very gently. And up. Okay. We're just going to give our ankle a little few circles. A nice crunching you might have. You might hear my ankles crunching. Completely natural. We're just going to kick out some of that tension that we had in our body and our legs. Good. Okay. Good. And now we're just going to connect with our stance a bit more. So before we go into some of the more familiar Shibashi moves that I have shared before, I'm going to have a little bit of an exploration with you around some energy, some visualization that might help you connect with the practice on a deeper level. So to begin, just start with your feet together. And we're just going to take a nice deep breath, belly in through the nose, expanding that belly and out through the mouth. Just arriving in the moment and arriving in your body just a bit more. Okay, we're going to lean into the right hip, bending the other knee very slightly. So it's just a lean. Making sure you're stable. And if you feel a bit off balance, then just go very gently. Putting your other foot out. So your feet are shoulder width apart. And just coming into a nice, strong, balanced stance. You want to do that very slowly. We don't want to rush that, because that's when you lose balance or you're not being conscious. Everything's very conscious and gentle in Qigong and Tai Chi. Okay. So, just closing your eyes for a moment and really becoming aware of your feet on the ground. Thinking about that tree metaphor I was sharing earlier. Thinking about the strength of the trunk. Like your body is feeling strong and sturdy and you've got these roots. And just for a moment, let your body sway from side to side, just very slowly. You can almost imagine that you're that tree being blown in the wind. But that your roots, your feet on the ground, whether you're seated or standing, you can imagine this with your mind and just sway gently in your seat. Or as you stand, it's that movement, just notice it. Okay. Now I want you to take your hands, if you can, just gently rub them together. And if you've got any kind of condition that means that you can't do this, perhaps you can't move your hands and your legs in the way that I am, and that doesn't mean you can't connect with the practice, because visualization and imagination are really powerful in Qigong. So you can close your eyes and imagine it even, and it will have some benefit. Evidence shows, if we visualize with the brain, the brain cells, the neuronal pathways, they will make different connections and we will still get health benefits. I think it's important to share that. Okay, so we're rubbing our hands together. I want you to close your eyes and just keep your hands rubbing together. Okay, and now I'd like you can open your eyes again, very gently, just take your hands apart. I'd like you to imagine, using your imagination, powerful thing, to imagine that there's this ball of light in between your hands. It's like an energy ball. And it's really small to begin. Just notice what you feel in between those hands. You can make the ball bigger. The ball of energy is getting so big, it's almost like a sun right here in between your hands. And then it can get smaller again. You might want to rub your hands together again, because it's that energy that we're waking up as we do that. Ball gets bigger. You might move the ball around. You might scoop it up. You might let this ball of energy cover your body, so you're absorbing the energy, the light. You can almost imagine bringing it towards you, your torso, your stomach, your chest, and imagine it's just entering your body. You can close your eyes and you can imagine your body being filled with this chi, this light, this energy. Okay. Just an example of the visualization. If you didn't connect with that, if that wasn't easy for you to see that, don't worry. Our minds all work differently, but some people really connect with that. So it can be a really useful tool. Good. Okay, so we'll start the Shibashi form now. I'm just going to have a very quick sip of water, so please do if you've got some water there. Lovely. Okay, remember we've got our feet about shoulder width apart. Our knees, so we're not like this, our knees are just bent a little. Okay, and we're just going to start breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And as you breathe out, it's like you're sinking into the ground. Reminding your shoulders to let go of any tension. Reminding your arms to just relax as much as they can. Knowing it takes time. We don't need to push ourselves to relax because that won't work. We just gently soften, just a few percent at a time. Breathing in. Opening the chest. Breathing out. Sinking into the earth. Breathing in. Opening your chest. Breathing out. Breathing in, opening. Just noticing how it feels to open your chest in this way. Okay, dancing with rainbows, you have one hand above your head, one hand out like this, as if you're carrying a book on it, so it's nice and flat. And we're going to breathe in as we swap sides. Follow your head round to look at that other side. Okay, just to get more clear on the breaths for you, we're breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. All these moves are to be adjusted to fit your breath. So you don't adjust your breath to fit the moves. That's really important. Obviously today you're following my breath, but it's fine to not be in sync with me because you want to listen to your natural breath. Okay, so now we're going to do some circling arms, breathing in, and breathing out as the palms face down, relaxing shoulders, breathing out, sinking into the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. This move is good for fatigue, for tiredness. Gets chi flowing through the meridians in your arms. Okay, good. Now both your palms up in front of you. For this one, we take a nice breath in as we swing the arm back. We can look behind us and breathe out as we bring it back forwards. Other side, breathing in. In, breathing out. Breathing out. Any of these moves that are twisting the waist slightly like this are really good for getting digestion going. Getting everything around the tummy moving. Okay. Both the palms up, breathing in. Both arms up, back behind you and over to the front, breathing out. Rowing a boat, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. out, in, and breathing out. Good. Okay, throughout this, we're just imagining that we've got almost a cord. So posture, good posture is really essential, and it's something that we develop more as we do this practice. So we imagine we've almost got a string holding our head up, but we've got those nice roots to the ground. So we are nice and buoyant, but upright and connected to the heavens and connected to the earth, to the ground. Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to lift the ball next, and you can engage that visualization, imagining that ball on your hand, the ball of light again. We're going to take a breath in. So we lift the hand up, we turn it over, breathe out as we come back down, breathing in. And turn it over, breathing out as we come back down, alternating the sides. Everything's about balance. Always do the same on each side. You know the symbol of the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, heaven and earth, the push and the pull. It's all about bringing balance to these different energies that we all have. Okay. Now we're going to carry the moon. So this time we breathe in. You imagine that you've got the moon up here, breathing out as you come down. Breathing in. Breathing out. And if you are doing these seated, then you're doing really well, just adjusting the moves slightly. Making sure that you've got a nice straight back in your chair and you're well supported. Breathing in. Breathing in. And out as you come back down. Great. Well done. Okay, so now we're going to do push and pull with the palm across the body. And I always like to emphasize that these moves, again, we were just saying the push and the pull, the different forces and energies. In this hectic world, there's a lot going on, and quite often we're giving out a lot of energy, and we might not be bringing it back in and receiving, and it can go the other way. We want to just notice it. So you can take a nice breath in to begin this time. And breathe out, pushing the palm out very slowly and gently. Twist the hand and breathe in as we bring it back in. Breathing out, the other palm across the body. Twist, breathe in, bring it back in to us. Breathing out. Twist, breathing in. Bringing that energy, that strength into our dantian. Breathing out. Twist. Breathing in. Once you get these moves, it's nice to close your eyes maybe and just connect with them on a deeper level. Good. Okay. Now we're going to pop the arms out in front of us. We're going to ask them to relax as much as they can. Keep our shoulders down as much as we can. Hands out in front of us. And we're going to very gently shift the weight. So we start on one side, whatever side you're on is fine, and then we just shift the weight and very gently move the hands across. We're playing with clouds, this move. We switch the hands, shift the weight, move gently across. Switch the hands, shifting the weight, moving gently across. Switch the hands, shift the weight, moving gently across. So it's good to keep your focus, shift hands, switch weight, move. On the top hand as you move across. Again, the more you connect with it, the smoother it becomes, the more you can connect with it. Noticing there's a build of energy going on here. This is a very Tai Chi stance. Quite often masters will stay like this for a good amount of time. I'm not suggesting that we do that today, but a lot of energy builds up here. It's almost like you're hugging a tree. It's really strong. Okay, doing really well. Okay, so next we're going to do a move that is done on either side. So for this, we're going to pop just one foot out just slightly, just like this, okay? And we are going to lean into one side and we're going to scoop the C. So we breathe in, scooping the C, and we breathe out. Now you can do this without doing this leaning motion. If that isn't appropriate, that doesn't feel right for you, then you can just do this. That's fine. And if you're seated, then you can lean very slightly if that feels okay for you. Or again, you can just do the arms. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay. Now we're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out as we play with the waves. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. Being very gentle with your back. You can make the moves as small or as big as feels right for you. Okay. Now we're going to open the chest, breathing in. As we rock back and forth, if that's what you are doing, we're engaging different points on the ball, on the ball of the foot, sorry. So there's a point that's like the bubbling spring on these different meridian points. We're just getting a bit of a wake up, which means we're getting a bit of a wake up, which is good. Switching sides. Whatever side you began, just go across to the other side very gently. And again, we're just popping one foot out very slightly. We're just rocking forward as we breathe in. Circling the arms, scooping the C, breathing out. Breathing in. Breathe. Breathing in. And out. And in. And out. Now we take that breath in and we go out as we play with the waves. Breathing in, reminding your shoulders to relax as much as they can. Breathing out. Okay, now we're going to be spreading the wings, opening that chest, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. We don't want to lift our hands any higher than shoulder height. We're just opening these wings, opening to the world, opening to the day. Good. You might feel a bit tired in your legs and your ankles from that rocking. So just notice that, might give them a little bit of a rub if that feels good. Okay. We're just returning, just checking with our body, our posture, remembering our feet are about shoulder width apart, our knees are slightly bent, just like this. And now we're going to play again a bit more another Shibashi move with the push and the pull. And this is really nice if you're somebody, which many of us are, that experience different emotions, might struggle with your emotions, might get aggravated, irritated. It's very natural. So this is a good exercise for that, because you're thinking about the very gentle push out into the world when you're frustrated and the bringing it back, how slowing everything down, we're less reactive, we're more in control, more balanced. Okay, so we've got our fists very gently together, we're not clenching, our hands are just very relaxed. Mind your shoulders to relax a bit. Okay, we take a breath in, we breathe out as we very slowly push our fist out. We twist and we breathe in. Other side, breathing out. Twist, breathing in. To show you from the side. Breathing out. Pushing the fist out. twisting, bringing it back in as you breathe in, breathing out, twist, bring it back in. Do a couple more, breathing in, breathe out, twist, breathing in. Remembering that you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Letting the belly inflate, but not forcing it. Letting it inflate as you breathe in and relax the body as you breathe out. Twist and bring it back in. Okay. Arms hanging by your side. So now we're going to do this. I always say this is a move that's really nice to take away with you if you connect with just one of the moves today. It's really great when you're feeling overwhelmed, and it's nice connecting to nature. I think it's a very empowering move. So it's flying goose. And we take a breath in, we spread our wings, and we float down as we breathe out. So for this, you can keep your feet flat, or you can go up on your tiptoes and play with your balance a little bit, whatever feels right. Okay, and if you're sitting down, you're seated, and you want to just engage your ankles and have a bit more of a stretch, you can do that and go up on your tiptoes. It still will be giving you a nice different sort of stretch. Breathing in. Float back down as you breathe out. Breathing. Like your arms are feathers and they just float down very gently and slowly with your breath. And just think the difference between doing a move like this and what you get from it when you do it. Nice, gentle. One more. Good. Lovely. Okay. Spinning wheel. So for this one, they used to do it where they would look all the way around and look down, but for Shibashi, we don't do that because it can be an issue for balance and blood pressure. So what we do is we make sure we can put our eyes up and follow the wheel, but when we come down, we keep our eyes at eye level. So breathing in. Spinning that wheel, we can look up. Breathing out as it comes down and keeping our eyes straight ahead. Breathing in. Breathing out. In and out. And the other way. Breathing in. Feel that nice stretch around the body. Breathing in. One more. Breathing in, spinning the wheel, breathing out. Good. Okay. Now we're going to bounce the ball. It's really good for balance, but it can also be a challenge for balance. So see how you go. And for this one, you can lift alternate feet up. You can lift a foot up, or you can keep your feet planted on the ground and just go up on tiptoes a little. Sorry, I know you might not be able to. That's better, isn't it? So we take a breath in. We lift our hand up. And we lift the opposite leg up. It's almost like you're a puppet. You can imagine that this hand is lifting your leg with a string, lifting it up, and you breathe out as you go down. And if you keep your feet planted, it looks like this. Breathing in, breathing out. In, out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. It's good to test that balance. So if you can, just hover for a moment. Because if we're going like this, then we're not really in balance. So I'm coming back down. And if you are struggling with balance, then just notice and be kind to yourself. You know, it's not about failing. There's different ways to engage the body. And the more we do this, the more our balance tends to improve. It does depend on any health conditions you have, of course. But yeah, just be kind to yourself and your body. Meeting your body where it is today is really a big part of qigong practice. Okay, good. So now we're going to close the Shibashi form, but we will do some more qigong before we close the session today. So this move is all about heaven chi energy and earth chi, and we're just balancing. So just be aware of what you're sending those roots into the ground, but you're also connecting with the skies and the heavens. Okay, breathing in. Hands up, palms up to chest, heart, turn them over, and breathe out as you go back down. Breathing in. Heart, chest area, turn them over and breathing out. Sinking those roots down into the earth. Strong, thick tree roots. Slowing everything down today. Okay, good. Now we're just going to take a nice breath in. We'll bring the hands up. This time we turn them over and we breathe out as we push them up to the sky, looking up. We look ahead, we breathe in, and we breathe out as we bring them back down. Okay, it takes a little while to get this one. Breathing in, chest, turn the hands over, breathe out as we stretch up, look ahead, breathe in, breathe out as we come back down. Breathing in, turn the hands over, breathing out, look ahead, breathing in, breathing out as we come back down. One more, breathing in, breathing out, looking ahead, breathe in, breathing out. Good. And we'll just do a couple of Gong just to close. So we breathe in, bring your hands up, and breathe out as you come back down. So breathing in, breathing out as you come back down. You can always do a checklist through your body, a body scan as you come down. So breathing in, as you come down, just check that everything's relaxed as it could be. That everything's sink and relax, sinking into the earth, that few percent, breathing in, really engaging with how it feels to do this movement. Like the hands are moving through the air like it's made of candy floss. You can't move quickly. Nice and slow. One more. Good. Okay. So now, our shoulders, our legs are still shoulder width apart. We're going to lean in to the right hip. Going to very gently and slowly bring the other foot in so our feet are together. We're going to pop our hands on our dantian. So women have the left hand on the outside, men have the right hand on the outside. And we're just going to give our dantian a rub, a bit of a jiggle. So the dantian is the source of all energy. It's really important that we wake it up for you to go on for the rest of your day. Just a nice rub, as gentle or as thorough as feels good for you. Rub your hands together. Give your kidney points a bit of a rub. We're going to just brush off any negative chi that's come up today. So this can feel a bit out there, some of this stuff, if you're not used to energy practice or maybe Eastern philosophies, but this is the idea that negative chi, stuck stuff that we've worked out needs to go somewhere. Then we let it out of the body, out of our energy system. And just take some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just carry some of that energy with you, some of that gentle movement. And remember, if you want to practice some of those moves, you struggle to remember them, then this is a really nice one, the flying goose. Just to do in your day, maybe you could do 6 of them in the morning. I think that'd be a lovely way to start your day. Okay, just go gently with yourself. Do drink plenty of water. We've got things moving and shifting, So yeah, just go easy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me again. Please do make comments and let us know how you found the session. I do always go back and have a look. Yeah, it's nice to hear, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you very much.